Hi guys, it's Dr. Johnson here at Compassionate Care, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about medications in kitties. Miko here is going to be my little counterpart, my little shark, which is part of the reason why some of us do have trouble giving medications here. Behind the camera is Anya. She's going to help answer some of our more common questions that we get in regards to medication in your pet, specifically kitties.
So, what guidelines does the veterinary industry follow to determine if medications are safe and effective for treating cats?
So there's a lot of guidelines that we go by, and we base a lot of the medications and everything that we use on research, and they put a lot of these meds to vigorous testing. They do a lot of trials with these guys to look at how effective things are and how they tolerate them, looking for things like side effects and that sort of thing. Just making sure they're safe in general for our little fur babies here.
So, what are different types of cat medications used to treat?
Well, there's a ton of medications out there on the market, and we have everything from stuff to help with hairballs. There's medications that are used for that. There are prescription medications used to treat a various number of diseases that these guys can get, including like thyroid disease, kidney disease, which are two of the more common diseases that we can see in kitties. There are medications that we use for inflammation, like steroids. There's a whole bunch of different types of things that we can use in these guys. There's also things like antibiotics, antifungals, there's topicals, there's so many different forms of these medications as well. Everybody knows about pills, and that's usually some of the trouble that we have with these guys is getting pills into them. But there are also prescriptions that could be in liquid form, or others that could potentially be in transdermal form, where we have a little lotion that kind of goes on the ear, like right here, so they're getting little scritches, but secretly you're giving them their medicine. So that's always nice when we can do that, so it's not so traumatic for either party involved. So yeah.
So, do you have any tips on how to give your or our cats their medicines? So pills, liquids, all those different things. Are there any tips that we can use to do that successfully?
Yeah, it can be very challenging in cats, and every cat is a little bit different as far as their personality and what they'll tolerate. We have very food motivated cats like Memes here. Miko, she will a lot of times take anything in a treat. But there's other cats that know it's there and they will go around it. So there's little what we call pill guns that we can use, where there's a little thing that we can put the pill in the end, and that can kind of hold their little mouth and pull open their little jaw and put it in that way, the good old-fashioned method. But that little transdermal formulation that I was telling you about before, rubbing it on the inside of that ear, tends to be one of the more easier things. Or getting the medication compounded through a pharmacy has been extremely helpful for a number of our cases, as we can do like chicken chews or liquids or that sort of thing to make it a little bit easier, because it can be a challenge, especially if a cat needs something long-term, no doubt. So,
why is it important to avoid self-diagnosing my cat's need for pain medication?
Yeah, so cats are very finicky creatures, and they can hide and mask pain very, very well. And so it can take a little bit of work to kind of figure out where they're hurting and kind of get a better understanding of what's going on. And especially if we have an older kitty, there are a lot of other metabolic diseases, things like thyroid disease, things like kidney disease, your arthritis, or even cancer and stuff like that. There's a lot of things we need to rule out and make sure that, number one, that medication is going to be a safe option for them, get a dosing schedule together for them, and just making sure we're addressing all of the needs in one foul swoop. So, yeah.
So, why is early detection so crucial in getting a good result from cat medications?
Early detection, hands down, is going to be the best way to go for these guys, and getting them in on a regular basis. And it's hard. Cats, a lot of them are hard to get into a carrier, and they're hard to get in here. There's a lot of things that we can talk about, on easier ways to get them seen, but those exams are very much important just to know what exactly is going on with these guys, because the sooner we treat and identify those issues, the better chances we can control that pain or the disease state or whatever's going on, and make sure that that we can get it under control. Because many of those things, the sooner we intervene, the longer they live, the better they do, the more happy and comfortable they are. So, I mean, if you guys have any questions at all about, medications in your pet, or you're wondering about pain medication or anything else, certainly give our clinic a call here and get you on the appointment books there, so we can get a good head to toe. I think that would be the best first step you could take, actually. Yeah. So, but any other questions that you?
That's about
Perfect.
it.
All right. Well, it's good seeing you guys.